Welcome to Miss Frida's Pigs, and this is where I will be reading some of my favorite stories to you. And today I will be reading The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. It was a beautiful warm spring day in the farmyard, and here's your farmyard. Mother Duck was sitting on her nest waiting for the last and biggest egg to hatch. This is the mother duck. She looked around at her five babies. Five babies. She thought to herself, what beautiful little fluffy yellow ducklings you are. You see the fluffy yellow ducklings? At last she could hear the pecking of the last little duck. As the sixth duckling broke through the shell and pecked his way out, he saw the world, his brother, sister, and mother. They were all quacking and quacking. All the noise frightened him. The mother duck looked at the little duckling. He was different from the others. He was gray and bigger than the others. He had a long, skinny neck and wide, clumsy-looking feet. Mother duck turned away from the ducklings with tears in her eyes. What an ugly duckling this one is. What can I do with him? I do hope he can swim. Being a good mother, the mother duck lifted her head and started out for the pond. She was going to take her ducklings for their first swim. As the mother duck walked through the farmyard, all the animals said, "What beautiful ducklings you have." However, when they saw the gray duckling at the end of the line, they were surprised. The horse said, "Nah, nah, what an ugly duckling." The cow said, "Moo, moo, what an ugly duckling." The sheep said, "Bah, bah, what an ugly duckling." Even the pig said, "Oink, oink, yes, what an ugly duckling." The mother duck just kept walking toward the pond. All the ducklings had a good time swimming. So these are the animals that were in the farmyard. And which animal says moo, moo? That's right, the cow. And which one says oink, oink? That's right, the pig. Weeks passed. No one would play with the ugly duckling. When he went to the farmyard, the hens clucked. Here's the hen. There's the ugly duckling. The geese honked. What an ugly duckling you are. Even the turkeys would have nothing to do with him. The ugly duckling was very sad. "I will run away," he said. "No one here wants me." He ran to the marsh where he could hide in the long grass. He cried and cried. The wild ducks that lived there heard the noise and came to see what was happening. The wild ducks found the ugly duckling. "How ugly you are," they said, and swam away as quickly as they could. The ugly duckling ran away from the marsh. He walked along the shoreline through the forest. But no matter where he went, everyone said, "How ugly are you?" Even the frogs thought he was ugly. The ducklings had no friend and no place to go. He went back to the marsh where he spent the summer hiding from all the animals. One night, the duckling looked up into the sky and saw three white swans flying overhead. "Oh," the duckling thought, "how I wish I could fly away with them." As time passed, the poor duckling felt uglier and uglier, and sadder and lonelier. Winter came and the days were very cold. It was hard for the duckling to find food to eat and a place to keep warm. So one cold, snowy day, the marsh froze around the little duckling while he was searching for food. Fortunately, a kind woodsman passed by. He saw the frightening duckling frozen in the water. He took out his axe broke up the ice, and gently picked him up and then put him on dry land. The duckling found a hollow log where he stayed for the rest of the winter. There's the woodsman, there's the duckling frozen in the ice, and there he is sitting in the hollow log. At last it was spring. The sun felt warm. I feel so good today, the duckling thought as he flapped his wings. All of a sudden, he was flying. He flew high into the sky. I can fly, he cried. Now I can leave this terrible place and all the mean animals. The duckling flew and flew. Soon he came to a beautiful park with a big pond in it. There he saw 3 white swans swimming in the pond. He sat down. The 3 pretty white swans came gliding towards him. Ashamed to be seen, the duckling bent his head and curled his wings close to his body. Suddenly, he saw his reflection in the water. What is this? He could not believe what he saw. He was not a big, clumsy, great, ugly duckling. He had become a graceful, beautiful swan. He stared at his reflection a little longer. Then, joyfully rustling his wings, he swam lightly toward the other swans. The swans greeted him warmly and said, "You are one of us. You must come and live with us." At last, the ugly duckling had found a home, a place where he belonged. Some children passed the pond. "Look," they shouted, "a new swan is here, and he is the most beautiful one of all." I hope you have enjoyed The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. See you next time.